Hello, my name is Levitt Bueno. I'm going to share with you some criticisms that I have of my impromptu speech that I gave on Wednesday. The first thing I want to criticize and acknowledge was my anxiety. I don't know if you noticed, but when my name was called and I had to go to the front of the classroom to give my speech, I tripped on my own feet. I was so nervous that I couldn't even focus walking, and I ended up tripping. So I hope no one noticed. But other parts of my anxiety that you may have noticed was my eye contact. When I give a speech, I usually tend to look up at the ceiling or down on the floor just because I get so nervous looking at people's faces and then looking back at me that I just tend to avoid eye contact, almost at all times. But I hope to fix that as time and more practice goes along. The third thing I want to criticize is my hands were in my pockets the entire time, almost the entire time of my speech, which is very unprofessional. Usually when a person gives a speech, they use their hand gestures to give another aspect of their speech, but I didn't, and I kept them in my front pockets because I didn't know what to do with them. But now I know better to really use my hands to my advantage to make the speech better. The second thing I want to acknowledge in my speech was my performance in my argument. My argument was that the telephone is the best invention in the 21st century. And I said stuff like the processing power is the best and how we can play games very easily than before. But the one thing I didn't mention was how we can make phone calls and text messages at our fingertips, which is primarily the number one reason why we use our phones. But the problem is I didn't mention that during my speech. That would have been the number one thing that I should have said and should have emphasized. But for lack of a better reason, I just couldn't come up with it on the spot. But those are the two things that I wanted to criticize for my speech: my anxiety and my argument of why the telephone is a number one invention. Please give me feedback. I hope to work on these issues that I have, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.